Well, you know, having a lot of money doesn't help you in some things. Well, I imagine you can be comfortable and you can be well taken care of. But if you have a condition that your body, there's something wrong with you, and there's no one on the face of the earth that can help you fix your physical problem, and the only thing you can see down that road is a bleak, dark, unending torture of being in discomfort, of losing your faculties, of falling apart, and no one in the earth, no one nowhere can help you get better. And even if you have a lot of money and you have the best care, you're still going to go down that road. And it seems like, it would seem like, okay, we live in this modern industrial society, and case in point, let's just say you're somebody that's really well off, you have a lot of money, and you've accepted that you are going to die someday. Okay, you accept that. I'm going to die someday. I know that. There's not going to be some magical thing that's going to happen that's going to make me live forever in the future. I'm not waiting for some super duper technology that's going to save me from disintegrating and being reabsorbed back into this cosmos. That you didn't choose to be here. There was no you that was here, that was somewhere without a brain. There was no brainless self that was floating around that decided to be like, wow, I want to be a human being, and go and get sucked into your mom and dad's juices to become this person that you are here. You weren't a floating phantasmic floating phantom that was floating around that popped into your body. You don't accept that. You're a physical organism that you came about because of people that were engaged in an activity for pleasure. Their main objective during the activity was pleasure. And you came about from that. Now, you live your whole life, and you know you're going to die someday, and you see other people die. You see them rotting away in old folks' homes, forgotten, alone, in a bed with a TV on, or in some medical hooked up to a bunch of machinery, or you see them languishing away in some retirement home all alone or unhappy, in pain, all sick all the time, and having to take medications and feeding a medical system, employing people to keep you, to sustain your physical body that's rotting away, so you're keeping it from rotting. So you think to yourself rationally, now we live in a modern industrial society, it would seem like the one movie that had it right in that part of the movie with Edward G. Robinson and Charlton Heston is when he went to the suicide clinic. If you haven't seen that movie, he goes to the suicide clinic. It's good morning, how can we help you? Yes, we'll give you an easy out. And he's an old guy, he's done with his life, this old world's overpopulated, it's crowded, he's done, he wants to end it, and they've set aside an actual facility for letting one go out of the world in a peaceful, graceful, quick, painless manner. Now, why, if you're an atheist, why is that ridiculous? Why is that awful? Why is that so horrible? Or why does that bother anyone that somebody could do that? Or the system is set up there is something set into the system that allows people in a rational mind to be able to choose to do that, to end their own life in a dignified, painless, quick, logical way, rather than just let nature take its course, or put yourself in the hands of the God who isn't even there. So I don't know. Is it taboo? Okay, am I talking total taboo? Oh, you shouldn't talk about that. That is going to... We're going to facially recognize you, and then we're going to run our facial recognition program through our computer system, and then we're going to classify you, and we're going to put you into a category so that, oh, hello, you'd like to work for our company. Well, it seems that you've put some questionable material on the internet, sir, and we don't really... We are a Christian company. We are a family organization, and we would not like someone of your ideas to work for our company, so we're sorry we can't hire you. Oh, and by the way, we did a complete background check on you in the program that facially recognized you and tagged you to your videos explaining your position on your religious beliefs, your political beliefs, how you view your life. We found that not in line with our organization being a Christian organization, so we're sorry we can't hire you. So well, that's it. Is that why everybody out there isn't making videos and talking about just exactly how they feel about things? Because they're afraid that they're going to get, like, someone's going to recognize them, or they're going to be in the grocery store, or driving in their car, or their family, somebody in their family's going to, like, put them out of the will, or they're going to get fired, or... I'm just saying, why can't people just rationally have an adult conversation more about the subject matter? Why is it so in the dark? Why is it so hidden? Look what happened to Mr. Williams, you know? My gosh, the guy had lots of money, he was very talented, he was smart, he had family, and wakes up in the morning and I'm gonna kill myself today, and tries to cut his wrist with a pocket knife, and takes a belt and freaking hangs himself. Like, it's like he's got to get it done right now. Like, if I don't do it now, I've got to go through all this shit. You know, it's like, why couldn't somebody that his stature and his monetary facilities, capabilities, why couldn't he just go have a meeting with his family, fly to Switzerland, go to Dignitas, sign up, and do it privately with his close people that he loved, and do it in that way? Why the hanging with a belt and cutting your wrists in the middle and waking up in the day and doing that? That doesn't make sense to me. I normally don't grieve for celebrities that die or cry because somebody I don't know passes away that's a star. But there are artists in the world that have touched me personally in a way through their work. So in a way, I feel a little bit like the ending of his life, it wasn't good. It couldn't have. Why did it have to be like that? It just really, really bothers me. It doesn't set well with me, and it's been something that's kind of been on my mind lately. And saying it in the public forum here seems appropriate. But as far as, like, the taboo involved, it just seems like there should be another way. It seems like you shouldn't have to have the medical people go through an act of Congress in order for you to have to end your own life in a dignified way. There shouldn't be so much paperwork and red tape, and it should be something you go somewhere, you sit down, you sign a contract, and they have a facility there that has all of the proper, like Dignitas in Switzerland. It has to be somewhere way out somewhere that's inaccessible, you know? So I'm just saying, well, of course there's people that are opposed to that because they're living in their livelihood. They work for a big medical industrial complex that is their main objective is to keep you alive as long as possible, even if you're uncomfortable and it's painful and it's undignified. Well, that's the God. It says in the Bible that you're not supposed to kill yourself, that you're supposed to let God take you, you know, and you didn't create yourself, so what right do you have to end your own life? And that's essentially what the whole driving the whole medical industrial complex to inhibit, to stop anyone that has these kinds of ideas because they're a threat. It's all about money. It's always about money. You see, they care more about the dollar than they do somebody's well-being, somebody's feelings, a person's happiness, a person's own choices that they want to make with their own life. No, you can't. You eat the Bible. God forbids that. Like somehow there's this God that you're going to go to hell forever and burn with fire and damnation. Well, you know what? That was a myth. The Romans propagated that myth because slaves were going to kill themselves, and the smart slaves were killing themselves, and they didn't want to lose their property. That's why there is this myth about hell and suicide, and you're going to be damned forever. It's because it's a ploy. It's a psychological gimmick to keep somebody from ending their life, so they can have a slave, so they can keep somebody in slavery, and it's their property. So they don't want the slave to kill themselves, because then they would lose the money that they paid for the slave.